Folks, experiences, we've all had them. Good and bad, some so insignificant we can't even remember them. But the truly powerful experiences, they stay with us for how long? Forever. The truly powerful experiences stay with us forever. They don't just stay with us, they change us, they mold us. They dictate what we do and how we live. A powerful experience will dictate what we eat, where we eat, what we wear, where we shop, what kind of car we drive, who we date, who we marry, who I'm not going to just try one time for a trip, who I'm going to continue to use and bring everybody I care about, I love, I trust into this cult following as well. That's what an experience will do if it's strong enough. Let me draw an analogy for you. Take retail shopping. Retail shopping. If you've had an absolutely miserable experience with a store, and again, I don't care what they sell, that store could be right down the street from your house, right? It could be right here. If you've had a miserable experience with that store, you will drive right past it, go 10 miles out of your way to get to any other place but that place. Am I correct? All right? Now I want you to switch it. If you've had a series of wonderful experiences, you know them, they know you know what to expect, they treat you special. You could have 2 or 3 competing stores all around your house, all selling the same stuff. You'll drive right past every single one of them, go well out of your way to get to your store. Now it's your store, it's not just the store. Why is it your store? Because you have a loyalty to them. Here's the big question, the big dilemma. Why in the world would we have a loyalty to a place way out there that sells the same stuff as all these places right here? Because, ladies and gentlemen, it's not about the stuff. It never is. It's never about the stuff. I got a news flash for you. There's no such thing as product loyalty. There isn't. I don't care what anybody says. All the research proves otherwise. There's product loyalty, very thin, very little. I'll give you an explanation. People think that they're loyal to products. What they're really loyal to is the expectation of what that product will do for them. That's it. People think they're loyal to products. They're loyal to people that they love, they associate with, they admire. They transfer their loyalty from that person down to the product, therefore call it product loyalty. Apple computers. Everybody, oh, I'd never buy anything but an Apple. I'm investing in Apple. Well, guess what? When Steve Jobs announced he was taking an indefinite leave because of his cancer, his health, their sales and their shares, their stocks plummeted. When he announced he was coming back, they crept back. They didn't shoot up, they crept back because people weren't quite sure, is he really coming back? Here's what the headlines in the newspapers kept saying. Apple's shares and sales fluctuate with Steve Jobs' health. So let me ask you this, do you think people are loyal to the Mac or are they loyal to the man? You see, they believe in the man behind the machine. They could care about the machine. They know that by this man being involved, they're going to get the experience they expect. Folks, it's not about the stuff. People are not loyal to that. Here's another thing. As we go through life, we are experiencing all these different things. And as we're experiencing them, every now and then one hits us, boom, and it shapes us. It forms a belief. Boom, another one, boom, another one. And before you know it, as we are adults, we have a belief system, a core belief system. Now, here's the neat thing about having a belief system. I'm talking about things politically and spiritually and about relationships and how the world works and should interact with us. Once you have a belief about one of those things, you are very unwilling to part with it. I want you to think about the last time you had a discussion with somebody and you were talking about one of your core beliefs. You were talking about religion. You were talking about politics. And the person across from you did not agree with you. Now, you may not vocalize it, but internally you're going, what? Why doesn't this person understand? Why don't they agree? I don't get it. I don't get it. Why do you get so bent out of shape? Because if you believe in it, it must be about truth and goodness. You wouldn't believe in it if it wasn't true and good, would you? That's why you can't understand. Now, once you have a belief, you're very unwilling to part with it. Here's what you're trying to do in business. You can't do it by selling stuff. Only through the unique experiences, only through the unbelievable customer service, only through the experiences can you form a belief about Delta Airlines that your customers are unwilling to part with. That's what you're trying to do in business. Shape a belief about you in the hearts, souls, and minds of your customers that they're unwilling to part with. Do me a favor, everybody in the room, please close your eyes, please. Everybody close your eyes. And I want you to do something right now. I want you to think about somebody still with you today, still alive, the most important person on the planet to you right now, still with you. I want you to think what they mean to you, how you rely on them, how you just can't fathom being without them. Now I want you to imagine you got a phone call and they are no longer with you. It's an absolutely horrible, empty feeling, isn't it? Open your eyes, please. Here's exactly what you can do in business if you shape the belief about you. You will become indispensable. Through powerful experiences, you will get people thinking, I don't want to do business with anybody else. I know I can get what you sell somewhere else. I can get on another plane. I can buy a ticket there. I can get online through Expedia. I can do anything I want. I don't want to. I can't fathom doing business without Delta. I don't want to. I close my eyes. I picture Delta being gone. It breaks my heart. You can shape that kind of belief about you in the hearts, souls, and minds of your customers if you focus on the experience. Now, when I do my consulting, the first question I ask is this: how's customer service? What do you think everybody says to me? What do you think they say? It's good, it's great, it's wonderful, it's really good, it's pretty good. Nobody has ever said to me, oh, we stink. It's really bad. Nobody. Now, when they say it's really good, here's what I say to them. Okay, why are you saying that? Where's your baseline? What are we measuring from here? Here's what they all say. Well, we serve hundreds, we serve thousands, whatever the number is of customers every week, every day. We get very few complaints. Therefore, we must be doing a good job. Well, check this out. A couple years ago, the Wharton Business School did a national study. It was called the National Customer Dissatisfaction Study. Here's what they discovered. Only 4 to 6% of all dissatisfied customers complain back to the company they're not happy with. 4 to 6%. 40% run around and tell everybody they know about their dissatisfaction. And then when they start telling people, 10% tell another 30, and 5% tell another 40, and 80% tell, and it just balloons, it mushrooms. Not only that, a telephone game phenomenon occurs. A telephone game phenomenon. You know what I'm talking about. When we were kids, I would whisper a sentence in your ear. Here, pass it on. By the time it got down to the 5th person, it didn't resemble what I said. Remember that? Now, here's what's happening in a consumer marketplace. I have a bad experience. I don't only tell people, I juice it up a little bit. Now, when they hear it, they pass it on, they juice it up a little bit. Oh, hey, guess what? I was in the airport the other day, and I was standing at a counter waiting to get on a plane, and I saw this young lady from Delta working, and then she started mouthing off at this little old man who was getting impatient with her. Really mouthing off. I was aghast. I couldn't believe it. A few weeks later, the story gets passed around. People are sitting around at the dinner table. Hey, did you hear what happened at Delta Airline? What's that? Well, I heard that some little girl, some young lady working behind a counter just reached over and clobbered some little old man, just flattened him, knocked him right straight down. You're kidding me. Delta does that? Well, I guess they do. A month later at a barbecue. Hey, did you hear what happened at Delta? What happened over at the airport in Houston? Oh, my God, yellow police tape, sawed-off shotguns. Ugh. I'm exaggerating a little bit. In the same study, 50% of everybody surveyed said, I will never, ever, ever, you can't convince me, try that particular company based solely on what I've heard. The stories are so horrible, they fill people with fear. They will not try you and I out based solely on the stories they've heard. Only 30% of the people who've actually had the bad experience said, I won't go back. 50% who never had an experience, just heard the stories. Won't go back. Can't do it. I'm afraid to. I have too many choices. Why would I bother? You see, there's a way of getting to this customer experience. But once again, you have to focus more on the relationships and less on the features and the benefits.